Martin Luther King Jr., A Legacy of Justice, Equality, and Nonviolence. Martin Luther King Jr. was a renowned civil rights leader, preacher, and advocate for justice, a transformative leader in American history renowned for his unwavering dedication to justice, equality, and the principles of nonviolence. His powerful speeches, such as the iconic "I Have a Dream," inspired millions to envision a world of racial harmony and mutual respect. Tragically assassinated on April 4, 1968, King's legacy endures as a symbol of hope, courage, and the pursuit of justice through love and nonviolent action. Born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, King grew up in a deeply segregated society, the son of a Baptist minister. He was inspired by the Christian teachings of love and justice, as well as Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolent resistance. These influences motivated him to challenge racial discrimination and systemic oppression through peaceful activism, making him a central figure in the American civil rights movement. King's accomplishments were remarkable and far-reaching. As a young preacher and leader, he spearheaded pivotal campaigns, such as the Montgomery Bus Boycott 1955-1956, which successfully ended racial segregation on public buses. His role as president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference (SCLC) further solidified his position as a national leader advocating for civil rights. King led marches, sit-ins, and protests, including the Birmingham Campaign, which exposed the brutal realities of segregation, and the Selma to Montgomery marches, which highlighted the fight for voting rights. His leadership led to significant legislative achievements, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which dismantled legal segregation and ensured the protection of voting rights for African Americans. One of King's most powerful and enduring contributions to history was his "I Have a Dream" speech, delivered during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom on August 28, 1963, standing before a crowd of over 250,000 people at the Lincoln Memorial. King articulated a vision of a future where people would not be judged by the color of their skin but by the content of their character. The central idea of this speech was the hope for racial harmony, equality, and justice for all. Using vivid imagery and references to the Declaration of Independence, the Bible, and the Constitution, King called on America to fulfill its promise of liberty and justice for every citizen. His words resonated deeply, galvanizing the civil rights movement and inspiring individuals across racial and social lines to join the struggle for equality. The impact of King's work and his speech on the civil rights movement cannot be overstated. His leadership and the movement's nonviolent approach drew global attention to the injustices faced by African Americans and other marginalized groups in the United States. The Civil Rights Act and Voting Rights Act were direct results of the relentless struggle led by King and other activists. Beyond legislative victories, his efforts fostered a broader cultural shift, challenging deep-seated prejudices and encouraging Americans to confront issues of racism and inequality. For the nation, King's legacy symbolizes the ongoing journey toward justice, reconciliation, and unity. His life and work remind America that achieving true equality requires courage, perseverance, and moral clarity. There are many lessons to be learned from Martin Luther King Jr.'s life. First, he exemplified the power of faith and nonviolence in the face of adversity. His refusal to resort to hatred or violence, even when confronted with brutal opposition, is a testament to the strength of character and moral conviction. Second, King demonstrated the importance of hope and vision. His dream of a better future inspired millions and continues to serve as a guiding light for those fighting for justice. Third, his life reminds us that change requires action, sacrifice, and persistence. King's courage to stand up against injustice, even at great personal risk, is a call to each of us to play our part in building a more just and equitable society. Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination on April 4, 1968, was a tragic loss for America and the world. However, his legacy endures, not only in the laws and policies he helped change but also in the hearts and minds of those who continue to fight for equality. His life is a reminder that love, justice, and nonviolence are powerful forces for transforming societies. For America, his dream remains a challenge to fulfill the promises of freedom, justice, and equality for all its people.